it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Warramai First Nations people on whose traditional lands these videos are made, and welcome, hey, to you, your guides, my guides of the universal energies. Oh, it's fabulous to have you along. Okay, what I'm going to have a look in this reading is the US banking system. I'm not feeling dread about the US banking system. What's happened, as you would know, the Silicon Valley Bank went, there was a crypto bank in, I think it was California, that toppled over, and the Swiss bank is having some difficulties on the international scale, and then the First Republic Bank, odd name for a bank, in San Francisco, San Diego, not quite sure which San it was, but the First Republic Bank also went holy smokes, but it has since been bailed out. So the Silicon Valley Bank, it has sold off its UK arm to one of the big banks in the UK. What I'm really feeling about this, now you've got to remember these collapses have been brought about due to removing, I'm going to say restrictions. The boys are telling me restrictions. The not guidelines, but you know what I mean, that were removed during the Trump era, that had been put in place by Obama after the global financial crash. Some of them were removed by Trump, and this is what is now causing. And some of those restrictions were like, you have to have a certain amount of money deposited in the bank to counteract the money that's owing by the bank, etc., etc. Now, the Silicon Valley Bank is under investigation at the moment, because it appears, and this is entertainment only, that the board members, or those that were at the top and in control, had given themselves a big fat bonus in the weeks leading up to the collapse, and had been selling off a significant number of shares. So bit of an investigation going on there. First Republic is being bailed out by other larger banks within the US. From an Australian point of view, we literally have 4 major banks federally. There are a couple of next tier down, but we have really quite a regulated banking system with the 4 big banks that are as strong as houses. And what I'm really getting the feel is that this, at the moment, it's a shift in how banking is done within the US, a shift in the how the Federal Reserve operates, but the biggest shift I'm really feeling is that the big banks are going to start buying out the little banks, and there will be a wider variety of large stable banks. Does that make sense? Instead of every town having its own bank, it's going to be, and I hate to use the word monopoly, but it is more of a overarching strength of banking. So let's have a look to see where this is actually going to go. I'm not feeling it's going to be a big collapse. I'm just simply feeling that the big banks are going to buy out the little ones, and it will provide stability. There will be regulations reintroduced. Oh, man, there's so much that the Biden administration has to put back in place that was dismantled, and there will be a difference in the way the Federal Reserve, because you've got to remember, and our Federal Reserve is exactly the same in Australia. When inflation gets out of control, the Federal Reserve basically has one button it can push, and that is to lift interest rates. So there will be a divergence to a diversity is what my guides are telling me, as to how inflation can be controlled. Because remembering that only about 30% of people have a mortgage, Well, I know in Australia only 30% have a mortgage, and of those, only about a quarter, so very small minority of people have significant mortgages, and they would be people who have owned their property less than 5 to 10 years, 5 years. So when the Reserve Bank presses that button and interest rates go through the roof to try and control inflation, all you are doing is affecting businesses, because if they have a business loan, small businesses, I'm being told, small businesses who are the mum and pop employers, they are the major employers of a Western country, and that minute number of people who have significant mortgages. So, okay, show me how, please, using my Golden Universal Tarot. They do reflect a fair bit, so I'll hold them up for you. How will the US banking system go going forward, guys? The US banking system, thank you. Let's have a look. Sorry about that. That was a long burble, as I tend to do at the start. Oh, okay. Interestingly enough, that one was already facing up, so it must have flipped over during my shuffle. But this is the Page of Wands. It is about a new energy coming forward, bringing forward a new plan and a new proposal. So that ties in exactly with what I was saying, that we are in, and this new page bringing forth this message is bringing with it the Ace of Wands, which is about a new plan, a new direction. Okay, so there is change afoot, cross by, and here is the Ace of Wands that this new energy is bringing forward. So there is going to be reform in the way that banking is done. Base of the reading, the foundation of this reading is that there are some untoward ways of operating that are going to be brought forward, and the light is going to be shone on. Oh, goodness me, thank you. They're telling me corruption, but me on a personal level, this is Libby butting in, I'm not feeling it is a corruption as such. It is just the untoward way of doing things within the banking system. It's going to be brought to light and exposed, and part of this is the mega bonuses, the manipulation. Thank you, guys. They're telling me the current way of banking is going to be laid bare, and its untoward ways of operating are going to be exposed, which is the foundation. Really getting a pull to that. Okay. In the past, we have the oligarchical banking system, the few in control, but the passing of money back and forth. So it's really embedded in money in the past. Making money, passing on money, giving money, and as the banking system is, because it is a monetary system. But this is very much how money is moved back and forth. Someone asked for a look at my puppy dogs the other day. I'll turn that around and you'll be able to see them. There's grey dog and there's white dog. So Bindi is the grey dog, Spot is the white dog. Fast asleep. Well, Bindi's having a scratch and a chew on her goat horn, but Spot's fast asleep in his bed. So there you go. That's my fur babies. Consider yourself. Showing my fur baby, sorry. Okay, so yeah, this is the banking system. The banking system, how it was always been done in the past. Okay, crowning this reading, strength. So there is strength in the banking system. There is going to be strength in the banking system. The banking system, I'm being told, entertainment only, is strong. So don't fear, is what I'm being told. Okay. Immediate future, walking away from what no longer serves. Walking towards a new way of doing things, a new horizon. Not surprised. Externally, okay, there may be another couple of banks, maybe another 4 banks that end up in a pickle. Okay, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is tarot and it is entertainment only. What I'm getting is just review where your money is being held if you have money. So there may be another 4 banks that fail, and here is the bringing in of regulation and restriction internally. Bringing forth wise restrictions and regulation. Hopes and fears, it is a crossroads moment for the banking system, but the swamp is behind. Need to take the blindfold off and make a decision about which way to move forward. Take the blindfold off and choose a path forward that is of strength. So there is this regulation that needs to be introduced. Wonder how that's going to go with the house. Okay. Outcome. Loss, disappointment, emotional loss and disappointment. It's not going to be an easy path. This figure's looking at what is lost instead of what they still have available to use. And if they pick up those 2 cups and walk across this bridge, they reach the security of this fortified town. So this is very much about not looking at what is being lost, but looking at what is still on offer. Yeah, okay. Out in the cold, financially out in the cold. Also my moral corruption card. This isn't the end of it. It's not the end of the banks falling. Sorry to tell you, but it is going to bring about significant change. But they're telling me this card is connected with this card. There is still going to be some more loss. There is going to be the exposure of ways within the banking system that's not necessarily morally correct. Here we have the Page of Swords, the whistleblower coming forward. So something is going to be exposed, and then we have this new partnership agreement, contracts, and the Temperance card. A rebalancing of how things are done. Okay, on the base, quite fascinating, the Death card, authentic reform, is my other meaning for the Death card. It's about significant endings and beginnings. It's about the trampling underfoot of the patriarchal oligarchy, dictatorship, and bringing forward something new, something significant. So it's very much authentic reform. The Star of Hope, and then the World card, endings and beginnings. Significant endings and beginnings. There is anxiety, there will be loss, as with some of these partnerships. The harvest will not be what was anticipated, but moving on with a new plan that is going to come forth behind the stonework of this city that we had in this walking, where was it, the Three of Cups of this city. So, okay. It's not the end of it. Sorry to tell you, I am not a financial advisor. I am not giving financial advice. This is entertainment only. Just a cautionary warning of just to reconsider where your money is. But there is authentic, significant change coming forward in the future, and a different way of doing banking in the US. And there is strength in the banking system. So a little bit of a mixed bag there. The Four of Swords, maybe 4 more banks. But it is about taking what works, the 2 cups that are still upstanding, taking what works and crossing that bridge into the position of strength. Okay, thank you for joining me. Take care. Love to you all. Bye-bye.